hate this damn parade. Who cares? Joe, there's a 2-mile wait to get past the damn green line.
Anyone who gets scared by a bear in the neighborhood, call Joe Murray.
I happen to trust Joe Murray.
First time I ever met Joe Murray was...
8-5 the Sports Hub. I'm Joe Murray. Got you guys for an hour tonight. Then we'll hand things off to Boston Bruins hockey, who take on Dallas tonight. Bees are hot, winning 6 in a row, taking on a Dallas team that's lost 3 in a row. So they certainly have been streaking. Let's see if they can continue the winning streak tonight. So feel free to jump in. 617-779-0985. It's championship week. It is championship week, and its opening take, of course, is presented by our good friends over at Super Service Today. Winter's here. Don't get caught in the cold. Super Service Today delivers New England's most complete home heating system health and safety check. Catching problems before they catch you. Stay safe, stay warm. Book now at superservicetoday.com. There's a ton of storylines when it comes to the Patriots and the Broncos this week, and I wanted to just go over a few of them. And I wanted to bring up just Sean Payton for a minute. For those who remember, Sean Payton, offensive mind, New Orleans Saints, won a Super Bowl with Drew Brees, also had some controversy. There was Bounty Gate. He was suspended for a season. There were multiple times, I guess, after Drew Brees where some of the teammates, maybe his shtick wasn't working anymore. He took a couple of years off, went to the booth, and then I believe was traded to the Broncos for a first-round pick. There was compensation involved. That would happen with Mike Tomlin, by the way. If a team would want Mike Tomlin, I believe they'd have to make a trade or a compensation move as well. But here he is now in another championship game. Of course, he did it in the NFC. Now he's doing it in the AFC. But he's without Bo Nix. But I do think there's a storyline there of coaches who can win with multiple quarterbacks. I mean, that's what we always thought about Bill Belichick was, could he try to win with another guy? He tried that with Jimmy Garoppolo, who, by the way, I think is playing in his 6th or 7th, says Big Jim Murray, 7th championship game. So that's got to put him right behind Todd Brady on that list as well. But this is what I mean by all the tie-ins and storylines. I think Sean Payton winning a championship or going to the championship with a backup quarterback or just with another quarterback in general is a big story. It just is. Other guys couldn't do this. How many coaches have tried? And I'll come up with a list. That's probably something we'll do all week long because we literally will have this week and then 2 weeks before the Super Bowl. And if the Patriots go there, oh boy, we're going to be talking about where kids grew up and, where they played Little League at some point. And that's where it really starts to get truly in depth. But I think that's just one storyline for the Broncos. And of course, there's Jarrett Stidham. And I want to get into him on the other side because I think there's some reasons why he didn't make it here in New England. I teased it last night. But I think it was about spite and the coach, not about anything else. So let's give you some of these storylines. And, of course, you can call in 617-779-0985. We're on YouTube as well. Just go to youtube.com and search 98.5, the Sports Hub. But I'm looking at the defensive backs. Where do you start? There are times this year when I looked at Christian Gonzalez and said, are they going to pay this guy? And I think in the Patriots' sake, for everything that's happened this year, I think you got to throw out the fact that I don't think anyone thought this would happen and being in a championship game. And Robert Kraft spoke about that earlier today here on 98.5 The Sports Hub, and we'll have that for you as well. But when it comes to Christian Gonzalez, the Patriots will have to pay him. And now his performance is really showing like he's a top corner in the league. After going against or seeing one last week in Singletary, and now you'll see another this week in Surtain. Christian Gonzalez is the next to get paid. But there have been some interesting storylines regarding him this year. The way that they play his zone, is he worth that kind of money? They've been going a little bit more man-to-man, and we've been seeing the type of ability that he has. But we've also seen what Singletary can do, and we'll certainly see what Surtain can do this week. But for him, it's great. He's standing out in big games. He's a big part of why the defense has turned it around. If you really want to look into it, the Patriots lost one game with Christian Gonzalez this season. One game. And if you go back to it, even when you're looking at the defensive line of Barmore, Milton Williams, even Spillane for that matter, those three guys with Tonga in the mix, they just haven't seen it since literally November. And I gave you some of the EPA numbers yesterday with all those guys on the field at once. It's significant. But that's a storyline for this week. Like, the Patriots have an offensive lineman at left tackle, Will Campbell. They have their defensive back in corner in Christian Gonzalez, and they have their quarterback in Drake May. Like, those are the three pillars for the New England Patriots going forward here. And they have some other guys. But as far as positions, quarterback, left tackle, and defensive back, corner. Those are the three hardest positions in sports, and the other one that you need to find is a pass rush. And what this Patriots defense has done over the last two playoff games without an actual pass rusher, yeah, they're getting great outings and great appearances and performances from Kavion Chason. He's been really good. He's playing. The guy's a former first-round pick. They hit on him. It worked. Harold Landry's getting to the quarterback. Jennings is coming along now. Anthony Jennings always had the potential, but has really found a nice little role with the team. The next big pillar will be that pass rusher. But when it comes to paying these guys, I think Christian Gonzalez, just what he's shown in the last two games, is definitely worth that money that you'll see from Patrick Surtain this week and what you saw from Singletary just a week ago. I mentioned the left tackle, and that's Will Campbell. Will Campbell returned from an MCL sprain. He missed 4 games, and he's faced 2 of the best pass rushers in the playoffs so far. Khalil Mack and what you saw against Will Anderson last week. Let's not forget the Broncos have a very strong pass rush as well. They led the NFL this year with a 9.8% sack rate. They sacked Josh Allen 3 times and had 10 quarterback hits against him just a week ago. I personally think Will Campbell has been a little underwhelming, but I don't think it's a problem at all. He's battling every play. He's there. I think that MCL is an issue. I think that missing those 4 games is maybe some of the reasons why we're seeing, I'm going to call it a hiccup. But I don't think he's a problem. When I go back to Matt Light years ago, Matt Light was just a solid left tackle, as solid as can be. Whenever he got exposed, it was against guys like Jason Taylor, right? So when I think of what the role that Will Campbell's playing, I think it's a role that he could play for years and years. But he's also a guy doing it off an MCL. One other storyline I wanted to just bring up. Here we've seen worst to first, whether it's the Red Sox in 2013, right? They did it. Worst to first, we've seen it. But if the Patriots do beat the Broncos this week, they'll be the 6th team since 2000 to reach the Super Bowl after finishing last in their division the previous season. And I just wanted to give you those teams. The 01 Patriots did it. They won a Super Bowl. The 03 Panthers went on to the Super Bowl but lost to the Patriots. I brought up that Saints team that Sean Payton coached. They were in last place. They went on to win the Super Bowl versus the Colts. How about the 27 Eagles? Last place in their division. Beat the Patriots with Nick Foles. And the 2021 Bengals were in last place that year, and Joe Burrow led them to a Super Bowl loss to the Rams. Just looking at it, the 01 Patriots last to first and won. The Saints last to first and won in 09. Eagles last to first and won in 17. 2025 Patriots. Last to first, it's certainly on the line this weekend. Your thoughts at 617-779-0985. I gave you a few storylines. I think the Sean Payton one is great. Winning with multiple quarterbacks or getting there with multiple quarterbacks. And can he do it this week with Jarrett Stidham? I've done a lot on Jarrett Stidham over the last couple of days or so, and there's been a lot said about the backup quarterback who will start this week versus the New England Patriots in the AFC Championship game. We'll leave it there. Again, the number 617-779-0985. We got Skaz here as well. We're taking you up until 7 o'clock where the Bruins are in Dallas tonight. All that and more. I'm Joe Murray here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Memorable moment from Jared Stidham, and it was the COVID year. So it was 2020 Chiefs Patriots, and the game was moved. And there was, I believe, it was the fourth game of the year. I remember this because I was doing post game with Big Jim at the time. But there was a lot of talk about who the quarterback was going to be, or I know they had a big game on Sunday Night Football against. Was it Seattle? They ran the same play with Cam Newton and they lost. But that night, Brian Hoyer ended up getting the start. That was the week. Oh, yeah. All right, here we go. I got it now. Cam Newton couldn't play that week. He was away from the team. Might have been a COVID illness. I forget what it was. So he was out for the game. They ended up going with Brian Hoyer. Hoyer went 15 of 24, 130 yards through an interception, but he didn't know what down it was. He kept falling backwards to the point where they put Jared Stidham in the game, and he threw a pick six. He threw another interception in the game. Damian Harris, 100 yards that night, though. And Mahomes, 2 touchdowns. No big deal. Yeah, it was all great. Was there another play in that game, Skaz, that was worth playing that we should let everyone know what Jared Stidham did?
Stidham leans in, takes the snap, in the pocket, lobs a throw, left corner for Harry, diving catch, touchdown, Patriots!
There's his first one. What a throw by Stidham to the back pylon to the second-year player, Harry. This is what we've been waiting for. Red zone threat.
Hey, N'Keal Harry scored a touchdown, everybody.
A short 5 years ago for Patriots fans, it was Jared Stidham to N'Keal Harry.
That was real.
It's a real highlight, Joe. No AI in that one.
You had to bring it up to me. Hey, he also threw a touchdown to N'Keal Harry. I go, dude, let's play it. So, a red zone threat in N'Keal Harry.
Heck of a throw, Zoe said.
His first one.
First one.
Get out of the way. And it was to the back pylon. And it was the future of the Patriots, right?
The future, Joe.
They were 2-2 at the time. And all Belichick had to do is say, hey, Cam Newton, you were out. And I don't want to use the word irresponsible because at that time, dude, it was something. It was everywhere. You couldn't get away from it. And he missed practice. I just remember Belichick being pissed about it. And then having...
No. Bill? He was upset about something?
Well, you know what, Skaz? To that point, they went back to Cam Newton. So whatever Jared Stidham and Brian Hoyer, if you remember he was running back. They were playing on a Tuesday or a Wednesday? I can't remember the date. It was... I'll look it up right now.
I remember somebody once saying that you could win a playoff game with Brian Hoyer, I believe.
I do remember that. That was, yes. I mean, you think they still can?
I don't think so, Joe.
Well, he played in the playoffs, didn't he?
Yes, for the Houston Texans, I believe. I don't think that went very well.
Yeah. What was October 5, 2020? What day was that? Just tell me what day it was.
It was a Tuesday, I believe, Joe.
Okay,
That's
thank
what you're
you.
looking for.
Yes. So it was COVID. Cam Newton was in the protocol, couldn't play. They went with Hoyer. And you know what? They were in the red zone multiple times with Hoyer. Just to be fair on the could go to the playoffs with Hoyer take.
Oh, you could go to the red zone a couple times.
You could.
Hey, it's exciting.
He ran backwards. and then he got sacked, and then didn't know what down it was. That was
Oh, that's
no, that was a night.
I can't be doing that.
I remember being here working post game, going, "Oh boy!" But I felt like maybe I saw something instead of when that throw. Felt like there might have been something there, and well. There's been, I don't know if it's rumors or reports, because I looked today for a story to kind of back this up. Jarrett Stidham was the backup to Tom Brady. He was a quarterback that was highly recruited. Ended up at Auburn, I believe, and had a pretty good season. Where was he before? Baylor? I can't remember. But he was I remember like, Diana Rossini was saying how he was popping in practice, right? And there were just a lot of reports.
Love when a guy pops in practice, Joe. Nothing like it.
Well, now I just want to be correct. Was it Ryan Mallett that was popping one year, and then it was Stidham that was? I can't remember. Rest in peace, Ryan Mallett.
First round arm talent, I believe, was what they said about Mallett.
That's what it was, and he did.
And Stidham was at Baylor before Auburn.
There you go. I was going to say, and they were good. That was after RG3, I believe. But two big programs at the time, if you really want to look at it, if now very big. But Stidham, they didn't go with another guy. Remember, they signed Cam Newton right before training camp. Something happened there. I'm trying to get a story, but you might remember it as well. So if I just throw this out there, it's just from memory. But I think there was a wedding or an event that Jared Stidham went to, and I believe Jared Stidham's wife was friends with Steve Belichick's wife. They were thick as thieves. They were all friends, And I believe he may have missed like a voluntary day of camp, and I think Belichick got pissed about it, and he just kind of went in the doghouse. And eventually they signed Cam Newton. And all year long, besides that game, because it was COVID protocol, besides that game, Stidham was working well in practice. People were saying how he was working hard and was throwing well in practice. But yet Cam Newton was getting the start every week. Like, Cam was cooked. I know he had a 400-yard game in week 2. I don't know what else he did that season. I'll have to look it up. But towards the end of the year, people kept saying, hey, like, who's going to be the quarterback this week? And Belichick came out and literally said, Cam Newton is our quarterback. It was almost as if Jarrett Stidham was respected, like in the reports and what people saw around camp, but was never going to get an opportunity with the Patriots to start. But from everything I remember, people liked Jarrett Stidham. They thought he had great arm talent. They thought he was progressing in practice every day. But it was Bill Belichick that stuck with Cam Newton. And I think back on that. This is why they had to move on from Bill. Like, we all know what happened at the end. It was bad. He couldn't draft. He was in too much control, all that crap. The guys he hired were horrible. But Cam Newton was horrible that year, too. And you had a perfect bridge opportunity to see what you had out of Jarrett Stidham. You had it. You ended up drafting Mac Jones the next year, who beat out Cam Newton in camp. That's a fact. He did that. He had a really good rookie season, Mac Jones. It fell apart. Why? Because of Bill. Because of Bill. Bill made Matt Patricia and Joe Judge run the offense. Bill tried to run the Shanahan offense, and they couldn't run the offense. It was Bill who drafted a quarterback the next year and had him in competition with Mac Jones. It was Bill. I'm getting PTSD from all of this. But it was Bill why Jarrett Stidham never got more of an opportunity with the New England Patriots. When you had him and you drafted him and you developed him. Now, people are calling him one of the better backups in the league. Mike Vrabel, even Robert Kraft himself, said that there were certain people that had interest in signing Jarrett Stidham as a backup. There's probably a reason why Jared Stidham makes about $6 million a year as a backup, because teams and people like him. When Josh McDaniel went to Vegas, he got Jared Stidham. When Sean Payton took over in Denver, Jared Stidham. This Sunday, the Patriots are going to play, I don't know how many guys are still here from that, but Jared Stidham's going to play his old organization. It was Bill that held him back. But Josh knows him. Josh worked with him. We've come a long way, as Skaz pointed out. That was 5 years ago, everybody. That was Jared Stidham to N'Keal Harry. How about that one? N'Keal Harry, how'd that work out? Why? Because of Bill. Bill's gone. Mayo's gone. All the players and captains from those teams are gone. I know some of the drafted guys are here, like Marcus Jones, who got extended, or Onwenu, who got an extension, or Ramondre Stevenson, who got an extension, or Hunter Henry, who was signed here as a free agent. Those guys are still here. But Vrabel? I think he wanted Jared Stidham as a backup. But make no mistake about it. Vrabel cleaned house. I call him Michael Corleone. He got rid of all the capos. It has certainly worked out for Vrabel and the Patriots. Your thoughts, 617-779-0985. We got Brian in Westford. What's up, Brian?
Hey, thanks for taking my call.
Cool.
One of the things that I guess I just want to eliminate off the table is, dude, this concept of house money has to stop. Brady said it in one of his press conferences. Do you know how hard it is to get to this point? Patriots could go out and spend tens of hundreds, a lot of money, and we might not get back here. So, game on. The other point is, Doug Marrone has done a phenomenal job putting together an offensive line that, without question, is the most improved unit on the field and is the most important unit on the field. Thank you.
Wow.
Good luck, guys.
Wow, there was no take there at all. What was the take there? You got something there for me, Skaz? Did you get any? Did you get the take? What was the take?
Not house money, I think, was his takeaway. I think it's kind of hard to follow there.
The house money is over.
Yeah, no more house money.
No, they lose this week to a backup quarterback with a chance to go to the Super Bowl. Failure.
Fact that it's in Denver doesn't do anything for you.
Failure. Skaz, when are they ever going to be in this situation?
No, I'm with you, Joe. It's a great opportunity.
No Josh Allen. Think just. This is a special year.
No Mahomes, no Jackson, no Allen, no Burrow.
It's special. What they've done is special. It's hard to get there. You're right. We can say it's an easy schedule. Sure, great. I don't care. Great. Hey, remember the Celtics? Remember people said, the easy path? Where is that now, Skaz? Remember the easy path the Celtics had? What was it? Who was it again? Cavs were in first top seed, right? Second
Donovan
seed.
Mitchell got hurt.
He tapped. No, he tapped.
Tyrese Halliburton got hurt, I believe.
Tappa. Who else do they have? Fat Luka.
Yeah, he just doesn't play defense.
Tappa. No, they beat somebody else. So the Hawks? Was that? I can't remember. Anyways, all I'm trying to tell you is this.
It was the Heat without Jimmy.
Oh, that's what it was.
Damn that Jimmy Butler.
Damn. Jimmy Butler might be done for the year.
And he still might get traded. He is done.
Jeremy's back there, too. He's done. They all tapped out, Skaz. They all tapped out. Just like all the quarterbacks in the NFL have tapped out this year. Josh Allen last week. You got one more? You got, Bo Nixon. Bo Nix, tap out. Tappa. Now you get Jared Stidham. And on the other side, Sam Darnold. I can't wait for that tap out. All right, I'm being a jerk. 617-779-0985. We'll hit the headline. I'm Joe Murray on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines. Presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Bruins in action tonight. They're hot. They've been very good. They just beat Chicago. They beat the Kraken. And now they get Dallas in Dallas tonight and all the coverage here on I was listening on my way in. I was driving into Watertown today, and I heard the entire thing. It was outstanding. He was very comfortable speaking with them. He opened up, was candid, talked about needing to pinch himself regarding the season, and brought up some of the past games and years, and just was pretty open about everything. Seemed very organic, and it was good. Those guys do an excellent job, but I liked how it was those two with McCone and with Robert Kraft and his wife. It was very good and well done. So shout out to the guys. All right, let's get to the phones here. Let's talk to Connor. He's in Raleigh. What's up, Connor?
Hey, Joe. I really liked the Celtics fight last night. I thought the Pistons were real physical, and I know Garza and Quaid got in foul trouble early, but I'm wondering if you think a game last night's a game where Brad looks at it, and this is, Pistons number 1 seed right now. Whether that holds up, I don't know, but future playoff matchup later down the road, is it a game where Brad sees the physicality and knows that's Detroit's kind of mojo? Does he look at it and want to go get Zubac and maybe trade off Simons when Tatum's back, or a big man out there available?
Well, Connor, thank you. Thank you for giving your love to the Celtics, who lost last night by 1 point. I wasn't really going to get into all the Celtic stuff, but, this is something I do on an occurrence often here when I talk about the Celtics. Just hit your free throws, guys. It's as easy as that. And this is going to sound negative. Skaz, as the green teamers, I want all the green teamers to know this isn't negative, it's fact. It's being critical. Jaylen Brown wants to be the number 1. He got named an all-star. He's a number 1. He took the final shot of the game. They got the look he wanted. He missed the shot. I think when you want to be the number 1, you make those shots. He missed 2 free throws last night in crunch time. If you want to be the number 1, hit the free throws in crunch time. People think I'm being negative when I say this. Even our old interns chirp at me about this. Or people will say, he can't hit all his free throws. Well, you know what? If he hit the 2 last night, he would have hit them all. I think Jaylen Brown's having an excellent season. I don't want Jaylen Brown going anywhere. I want him to be here forever with Jason Tatum. But it was frustrating when you're playing a team that you play tight and play 1 to 2 to 3-point games every time, and you miss your free throws down the stretch. You lost because of your free throw attempts last night. You lost because of that. Joe is in Hudson. Hey, Joe.
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, you're on the air. I'm Joe. You're Joe.
Hey, Joe. So I was calling because I think you're right about Jared Stidham. I believe it was a player's practice. It wasn't even like a regular practice that he missed.
Yeah, it was something voluntary, right?
Yeah, it was a voluntary practice, but I think it was that he was supposed to be there, that he should have been there. That's how Bill perceived it, because he was seeing Stidham as being the leader of the room. But because he didn't show up, that to him said, okay, you're not the guy then.
Not the guy. Not the guy. I don't think we need the breaking news sounder, do we? Okay. The Baseball Hall of Fame have named 2 players that will be entered this year. So of the finalists, 2 players have been inducted or will be inducted into the Hall of Fame. They are Carlos Beltran and Andrew Jones. Just saw that come over the wire a little while ago. Dustin Pedroia got almost 21% of the vote. Obviously, you need 75% of the vote. He had 11.9 last year, Skaz. Pedroia jumped from 11.9 to 20.7.
That's disappointing.
I don't think he's a Hall of Famer.
He's not a Hall of Famer.
But do you see the jump?
Yeah, why? Let's get more, above average players in the Hall of Fame. That's good.
Well, I think Andrew Jones was one of the best center fielders I ever seen.
No, I'm not complaining
he
about
played it like
Jones or Beltran.
Are you cool with? I'm cool with Jones and Beltran. Actually.
Yeah. I don't need to see Dustin Pedroia in the Hall of Fame. All set. Not a Hall of Famer.
I think Carlos Beltran's a Hall of Famer. I mean, he was an incredible player. Played in the playoff. Like, he was very good. Andrew Jones, the reason why I go to bat for him is he was like 17 or 18. I can't remember. He was so young playing with the Braves. He was a stud. Then he ended up growing into his body and was hitting 40 home runs a year, and he bounced around for a bit at the end of his career and maybe padded a few numbers there, but absolutely a Hall of Famer. But I thought that was pretty interesting. And I'm trying to see who else here. I'll get the results coming up.
It's in Slack if you need
All
it.
right, thank you for sending that to me. And I'm now wondering about some guys. Like, where did Chase Utley end up?
Chase Utley, 59%.
There you go. I don't have it up yet.
Andy Pettit, 48.
Pettit was my next guy.
Felix Hernandez, 46.
Wow. Okay, he's a guy I think that could get in at some point.
Manny and A-Rod both right around 40.
So they're done, right? Or Manny's done.
I believe that is correct.
Yeah.
Nick Markakis got 1 vote.
Get out of here.
Rick Porcello, Joe, 2 votes.
No.
2 votes for Rick Porcello.
Oh, my God. So Beltran, 84, and Andrew Jones, 78. I'm impressed. So Jones made it. So Chase Utley, 59. I'll have to look in who's going in the next year. What do we get? What is that? 2027? 2027 MLB fame. I'm just trying to think of some of the names that could be there in 2027. Wow. Well, I'm actually fine with this one. Not too upset with that. Justin and Lynn. What's up, Justin?
Hey, Joe, I just wanted to talk to you for a second. I wanted to tell you that I agree with you that, Jared, it will be a failure if the Patriots lose to Jared Stidham in Denver this weekend. Joe, it will be a failure. And I don't think they're going to lose at all. I think it's going to be tough, but I don't think it's going to be what it should be.
I agree with you, Justin. Appreciate you, buddy. Yeah, I think the Patriots should. Listen, later on in this week, I'm going to do what could go wrong because a lot can go wrong. All right, here's the 2027 ballot, guys. Buster Posey's going to be the first eligible that year. I mean, that guy's up.
He's a Hall of Famer.
That guy's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
I'm not even looking at that. I'm trying to think of some. All right. Oh, John Lester.
I don't know. I don't think so.
So it will be Chase Utley, Andy Pettit, and Felix Hernandez are your leftovers. So Buster Posey comes in. He's a Hall of Famer.
Yes.
John Lester or Andy Pettit?
I mean, bias is going to tell me Lester, but I don't think either of them are.
Really?
No. John Lester was never the best pitcher in baseball. I don't even know if he was ever a top 3 or 5 pitcher in baseball. He was great in the playoffs, but I never thought of John Lester as like the best pitcher in the sport. Not even for.
So now do you think that it's starting to flatten out where maybe next year it's just Buster Posey?
I kind of hope so.
And then the next year it's. Well,
does the Baseball Hall of Fame even really matter? Like Barry Bonds, Manny Ramirez, A-Rod aren't in. Like, I don't care about the Baseball Hall of Fame.
See, this is the age difference is showing right now.
Why would I care about a Hall of Fame that doesn't have Barry Bonds?
Technically, you're right now.
Obviously, Joe.
Obviously, Joe. No, you're right. None of those guys are in. This is crap. Bull crap. Whoops. Yeah, but to me, guys, this has been a yearly topic of radio that I could maybe, milk 30 minutes out of. Yeah, is it gonna be Pettit? But he's a cheater. He brought his father up there with him to lie and cheat for him. Which is true.
That's a good fall guy right there. Chris Carter could have used him.
Oh, yeah. No, but that's what happened. Pettit got in trouble, or I don't think he failed the test. I think he got caught, kind of like a Rodney Harrison situation. Pettit or Lester, man, to me it's Pettit. I'm sorry. Lester was good, dude. He won a championship with the Red Sox and the Cubs through no hitters. Like, he was
hell of a pitcher,
hell of a playoff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe that's a good thing. that every year when a name comes up, these other guys won't come through. But hey, Dustin Pedroia is going to keep moving up that ladder, baby. Red Sox fans love that.
John Lester's career wins. Would you like to guess?
220.
200.
Okay, because that's the new number, because no one's getting a 3 anymore.
200 and 117.
That's not... Well, it's in line with Schilling. And I bet you if you look at his playoff numbers, him and Schilling would be very close.
5-time All-Star, 3 World Series.
3 World Series. That's pretty good. I don't know. And he was a fantastic postseason pitcher. Remember he couldn't throw to first base for a period of time? Well, anyways, Andrew Jones and Carlos Beltran, they're going to the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame. We'll have more. And, hey, the Bruins play tonight. We'll talk about them coming up next. I'm Joe Murray here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5.
We got Bruins hockey about to get underway in Dallas tonight. The Bees have been hot. Real hot. They take their streak now against the Dallas Stars tonight, who have been struggling a bit. But, you know, it's funny. When I think of certain goalies that might have the number against a certain team, Jake Ottinger is a guy that I look at and I say through 6 career games against the Bruins, he has a 920 save percentage and a 2.30 goals against. He has been awesome against the Bruins. The Bruins have struggled to play against him. And Jeremy Swayman, I believe, has lost each of his past 2 starts against Dallas. And he's lost by 3 and 5 goals. So I know the Bruins are on a streak right now, and Dallas is struggling a bit. But when it comes to goals for, Dallas puts up a ton. The goal differential I get for them much higher than the 6 teams that they've played